Hello. Most of you have seen the UFO Hunter Show episode called Arizona Lights, and you might have seen me on it. Have you ever wondered how this show got started? I'm here tonight to give you a little backstory to this amazing show and to present to you never seen before videos and pilot presentations on how this show came to be. While I was filming the Phoenix Lights in 2004, Pat Uskert from UFO Magazine had a show idea originally called UFO Road Trip. He was the mastermind behind this amazing project. He jumped into his car and took off investigating people's UFO stories and UFO videos while also interviewing them, putting them together for a new show concept for the History Channel. This was before shows like Ancient Aliens and Skinwalker Ranch. This was a new idea. Pat was traveling around putting his idea together while I was up on the mountains in Phoenix investigating the Native American 1,000-year-old rock drawings and successfully matching my UFO sightings to them in the year 2005. News stories were then swooping around the airways on my discoveries because this was a new concept to the Phoenix Lights. Pat had heard about my work and was also in Phoenix interviewing other skywatchers to add them to his presentations that he was making for the new show idea. Pat and I got together and I wrote an 8-page article for UFO Magazine that was published in 2005. Pat also interviewed me as I took him up on South Mountain so we could film the rock art to put in his presentation. The show aired in 2006 on the History Channel and it was a major hit, and they changed the name from UFO Road Trip to UFO Hunter Show. In 2007, Pat then came back to Phoenix as they were now filming the episode called Arizona Lights and wanted to include myself in it. In my investigation of the Phoenix Lights, over the years I was coming to the conclusions that what I was filming in the skies was something other than crafts, as a 1,000-year-old rock art was confirming this, and that these UFOs were not crafts in the skies but living creatures. Over the years, I had discovered more evidence to my findings, and the Phoenix Lights and other UFOs above Phoenix was really a part of Phoenix history, and that it was covered up and kept away from the public. As I was doing the show, I was explaining to Pat that these things were not crafts, but shape-shifting beings. Pat explained to me that what I had discovered the public wasn't ready for, and that I was filming some bizarre stuff. So they had to tell my story in such a way for the public to understand. Because what I was doing wasn't done before, they had to say that my findings was a personal one and that at the time it was just a theory. I hadn't realized yet, but I was 15 years ahead of the other Skywatchers. I'm now thankful after all these years the public is now seeing what I discovered in 2005. It took longer than what I expected, but I knew I was right. But I just had to wait because it was finally here. Unfortunately, the UFO Hunter Show got canceled a few years later as Ancient Aliens soon took it over. But I will be forever grateful to Pat and the UFO Hunter Show for all they have done. You can still see reruns on this show and Arizona Lights. I was lucky being a part of this amazing project and being in the right place at the right time. But you should know that I believe everything happens for a reason, and it all seemed to just fall into place at the time, if this was not a coincidence. I hadn't heard from Pat in many years up until just recently when he contacted me asking me if I had seen what the people now call jellyfish UFOs, and he was saying they were just like what I was filming back in 2005. I guess in a way he was letting me know that I was right all these years. Thank you, Pat, for that and everything you have done. We were getting the public ready for what's to come. The UFO Hunter Show was the first to talk about these findings on what I had discovered and proven, as I was the first in the United States to uncover what was really here and what history tells us through the rock drawings. As Pat was filming on locations for the pilot, he would send me from time to time DVDs on some of his work on what he was doing. What you're about to see has never been aired before, and this was the concept idea and what got the UFO Hunter Show and Ancient Aliens and many other shows started. I will be forever grateful on being a part of it.
By now you've probably heard a little bit from Bill Burns about the concept of a UFO road trip. Basically, it's a blend of two of my favorite things, which would be the open road and the open universe. What does it mean to be human? What are we doing? What should we be reaching for? Where can we go? Let's look at ourselves, and let's have a little fun in the process. Right, here we go.
But where's the crash landing ship? Where's the alien with the eyes and the tentacles hands, you know? I'd like to see that.
And as I have said so many times, this is the greatest issue in human history. It deserves a serious and honest scientific look, and it also deserves an open and honest look by the public at large. And that's not going to happen because the public at large seems to be paying attention to other things.
Holy shit, Jen, I just got a UFO.
How will I get to downtown? Is what
You
I'm
just
coming.
follow this road. When you'll come to a crossing, you'll turn left. Okay.
What will it say? Sonora?
It says Sonora this way and another thing this way.
Is there a laundromat down there on that?
What's up, buddy? Are we all right now?
Oh, you were God.
No, just now. All right, I picked up a few things. What do you need to get?
I'll go over here and see about the camera thing.
All right. Oreos, Nutter Butter, Fig Newtons.
Oh, I don't do cookies.
Okay.
I mean, I
Then we don't
love
need
cookies,
to.
But
Hey, good. Yourself?
still haven't got. I decided to buy a whole carton.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's like
Get it
people
done.
go to the store.
All done?
Cigarettes. This yours, too?
That's his.
That's all mine, sir. Need to check it? No. It's all groceries.
It's just
Only
employees.
Only this shady customer right here.
Oh, yellow bar.
See you later, Joe.
All right.
Take care, Mark.
Have a good day, sir.
We're making a documentary, and he's from LA.
Documentary, Amy.
Oh, just a documentary about, you actually won't believe it, UFO sightings over Sonora. And if you check his website, it's called sonorasightings.com. You can see all of the UFOs that we filmed in the past,
You
that
would
he
not
filmed in
believe.
the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Really, check it out, sonorasightings.com. Did you see the look on her face? Like, UFO sightings? I don't know about these guys.
Okay, this is a very historic building called the Red Church,
Oh, pretty.
built back in the 19th century.
Mark Olson's house, and he just had a sighting.
Big time. I'm still freaking out. That big old tree right there, that tallest tree, about 3 inches above it, there was this huge flash. Just huge. And I looked at it, thought maybe the sun's reflecting off an airplane. I focused in my camera. Still thought it was an airplane, focused in on this object. Still thought it was an airplane. It didn't register for a few seconds that this was not an airplane. It had 3 lights in a triangular formation and something in the middle that may have been another light rotating like this, but not blinking. I don't know what the heck that was, but the object itself, you could see these 3 lights, but you couldn't see the object. It was like it was the same color as the sky or something. But airplanes, when I focused in on this airplane that's right before this one, you could see the plane wings, you can see the engines, you can see the tail. This didn't have anything but the lights, and it went across the sky southward. And I followed it all the way behind this little pine tree right here. Oh my God! And I couldn't believe you didn't see it!
See, I'm used to coming down to the church and on this road, and I don't go anymore. I didn't know where else to go.
Everything's changed basically. But if you go down this way, you won't miss the turn. It's only one
remember where I
left.
turned it. I remember where I turned on this road.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, if the world were to discover tomorrow that aliens existed, that there was life on other planets, then I think it would change human history in a way that nothing has ever changed it before. We would definitely come to a new place in human thinking.
right.
And it would be a revolution in the way we think about things.
Yeah, it's on rents.
Oh, there's something going on. We're about to be majorly visited.
Did you see that? The color stayed here when it moved that way.
Because you have relativity in this shot.
That's cool.
Relativity. Yeah, this thing is way back there.
The black triangle or the nighttime triangle did the exact same thing with these branches.
Yeah, we show this back to back with a night triangle. Well, we've got a winner. I mean, this film is going to be all over the world.
I love that.
That's so dorky. Synchronized.
Ow! Kitty. It's like,
Well, the camera's not even on.
Really was intriguing to me when I had the digital camera is seeing those flashes. And at first I thought maybe they were meteorites.
Yeah.
But I didn't
They were
think of
moving way
meteorites.
too slow to be meteorites.
This thing would
These
flash,
things were crawling.
flash,
Yeah.
and then disappear.
Oh, the one we saw
Like
last
it was
night.
traveling across the sky.
According to NASA's astrochemists, they told me it comes out to be about 45,000 miles an hour. That's why they're usually over in a split second.
Right.
If you see something traveling really slow, it's usually not enough.
Now, would that be enough for the government to step in and say, we can't change things? We cannot have things change. People will start questioning our authority, the way things are.
Yeah, that's the other argument I've heard.
But would that really happen?
Want to cover that up. Cover up knowledge that would change everybody's thinking about who
Right.
they are and why they're here.
Right.
And that it would change the very foundation of society as we know it, and that people would start to do different things and not fall into line.
You're turning on Coast to Coast now? Excellent. All right, lead the way, please. I'll be
Is your
right.
camera on?
It's on. I just want.
Tell me exactly what you saw.
Well, right over there, lying the ball mountain. There was about maybe an estimate from our distance, maybe 50 feet above it, and we videotaped it, and I saw it, and I kept sawing it rise and come over our direction.
You kept sawing?
You see that airplane going across above it? It's gonna.
Whoa.
See it?
Well, that was like right next to the dang plane.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? There's 3 lights now.
Yeah, there is. What is that?
Dude, I told you there's so many UFOs around here.
on video.
Chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop.
Godzilla can run 546 miles per hour.
Oh,
Tornado.
no. Man, you have, for a scientist, you have no imagination.
Next week on UFO Road Trip. Mysterious orbs caught on tape.
I got another one.
And Jeff Willis. Was he abducted?
That I could have had. I know that I did have some missing time that night.
And is this what we think it is?
We're on our way to Japan. We talk to Japanese people about UFOs. Should be very interesting. Please join us for a wild Japanese adventure into the heart of the UFO phenomenon. I'm your host, Pat Oscar. Get away from me.
It just like went that way and then just disappeared.
Wow. Were you scared?
Yes, I was so scared.
The beauty of the road trip is that there's always another destination. There's always another story. Ultimately, UFO Road Trip is about boundless exploration of everything. The UFO phenomenon, the paranormal, and us. With the way things are going in the world today, maybe it's time for everyone to take a little UFO road trip. Not a bad idea, if you ask me.
Oh my God.
This is a map that I've been documenting ever since the year 1995. It shows the Phoenix lights. It even shows some of the day sightings there. This guy here caught a string of lights.
The Estrella lights.
On the west side, yes, and I dubbed it the Estrella lights because there was so many of them.
Okay.
And see, this is the...
How would they ever get here?
Well, clearly we're dealing with some kind of technology that we have no understanding about.
Man, blue, green, red. I mean, it was something. And I tried keeping up with it, and I wanted to see it with my naked eye because the colors were so bright, you know. And when I did, my camera got messed up, so I had to get back on it. That was something. It was neat, and it had to come right out of that rock over there, right in that general area.
Because we have giants. Obviously, we have UFOs, because that's what I'm taping outside my window there. Coming off the mountain. And the Indian myth here says that they emerged from the earth. The knowledge of what actually took place here, the story here, seemed to be either lost or covered up. Apparently it shows from a light to an hourglass or barbell formation to a lizard guy with a tail to a regular human there. That's what these UFOs are doing. They're morphing, they're changing. And Clearly, they knew about this. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see, you know, to videotape these things, and then to go off on the rock and see the same formation. They teach you either the scientific way or, you know, the white man way, or the things that seem to fit their lifestyle. Because, you know, when they start talking about UFOs and aliens and stuff like that, well, it just doesn't compute, you know. Quite a climb. We're gonna have to keep going up, she says. Oh, I hope we catch them before the sun bleeds them out. There goes one. That could represent an opening or a doorway, an emergence point. Page 59 is March 9th of 2005.
What do you mean by that?
I videotaped the same thing in the sky. Those little shoe things.
Which was? The bottom or the top?
The top.
Okay.
The bottom one. Yeah.
I see them.
And it's the exact same thing that I videotaped March 9th of 2005.
Do you have them on videotape for us to look at?
Yes,
Hot.
You have that,
Great. So it looks like man and woman down there, and there they might be seeing something above them.
See it?
Where?
Hold on. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I see it.
Ah, okay, look out, I gotta move. Look out. See what they did? They took it all out. That's what I'm talking about. They chisel all that stuff out. Like, it is like Disneyland to me, because it's like I can connect. I mean, I understand what they're talking about here now. You know, the same things that I'm seeing in the sky, obviously, these people saw it in the sky too, because it's carved all over the rocks up here. Here it shows what possibly might be the lights and the Hohokam people there interacting. And look what's above them.
So they're possibly looking up, and there they're seeing...
Well, they're holding hands there.
Barbell.
They're interacting with each other, yes. Something they saw in the sky. Okay. It's above their heads. I like to consider this mountain the Mount Sinai of Phoenix.
Possible light formation. The three globes that you saw by daylight, by the telephone poles. Let me get those up close. Oh, that's fantastic. Let me see if I can grab a picture shot of those.
Found it?
That's it, yeah. We have his head here. We got his body. Have his broad shoulders here. His arms coming down this way.
With those.
And his legs.
And he's in the barbell.
Yes, he's in this barbell. That's all I do is sit by the window and just wait and watch. Sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I don't. But when I do, it's fascinating, it's great, it's neat stuff. It's supernatural stuff. That's it, man. If you look real closely there, there's a guy. We have his head here. We got his body. Have his broad shoulders here. His arms coming down this way.
With those.
And his legs.
And he's in the barbell.
Yes, he's in this barbell formation here. What this petroglyph is telling me is these barbells that I'm filming in the sky might have had people inside of them or picked them up.
In Phoenix, barbells make the evening news.
It's a barbell-shaped disc, appearing, he says, half a dozen times, as recently as the end of last month, in the same place, same time, in the southwestern sky.
Jeff believes there is an obvious connection.
And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see, to videotape these things, and then to go off on the rock and see the same formation. Here it shows what possibly might be the lights and the Hohocom people there interacting. And look what's above them.
In this clip, Jeff shows us a cylinder hovering motionless over the city. What it is exactly, I leave for you to decide.
Something they saw in the sky. It's above their heads.
In this next clip, we see another very strange object. It climbs in altitude and then appears to separate into 3 distinct parts. After some 15 minutes, it changes direction and slowly descends down the backside of the mountain.
There's 1,000 years of history that has been lost in history that either purposely has been erased or just people have just forgotten.
What you choose to believe about Jeff Woolwine and his petroglyph theories is entirely up to you. And whether he's a madman or a genius, I guess no one can say. What we can say is that ancient art is riddled with images of strange beings, wheels of fire, and flying shields in the sky. What it all means, of course, depends on your version of reality. And will probably remain unanswered until we reach some final conclusion about the UFO phenomenon.
Most of us believe that we're not alone, that there is other intelligent life in the universe.
There are definitely more video cameras out there, and definitely more sightings.
More sightings than ever.
The question is, what is it?
Contact with extraterrestrials and their civilizations.
I've heard a lot of people talk about UFOs, but last year I actually saw one. It was an experience that would change my life forever, launching me on a quest to understand what I had seen, asking questions like, why are there flying discs in ancient art? And why would Peter Jennings host a 2-hour special on something that doesn't exist? And what of all this anomalous video footage from around the world? What is this worldwide mystery? I just have to know. And so I went on a road trip, driving across the country, looking for answers. Determined to get as close to the UFO phenomenon as possible. This demo is a proposal for a show that will take you into the mystery. And believe me, it'll be quite a trip. We'll be visiting a young gentleman named Matt Herrera who contacted me about craft that he's videotaping over Pasadena.
We'll be sitting here, or sometimes we'll even be inside, and we'll get a feeling.
They'll come from different directions sometimes. Most of the time they come from over there.
I noticed that I started seeing things after I attended the meetings with Fred Steckling.
So now my son, it's pretty strange, but he's picking up a lot of things as if though he's a conduit, and these appearances are happening on a regular basis.
Well, right there you can see these balls here. You can see it's undercarriage slightly, but even there it's disfigured. It's got the same dome architecture here. Because around here it's
And this thing was bright when you saw it in the sky.
Yeah, it was
This
big.
was not balloons
Like the first
being
thing-
hit by the sun.
I saw it. It was one thing.
The Phoenix Lights have intrigued the curious and plagued the scientific. Now it seems there are more sightings than ever.
Whoa, I'm getting a series of lights right there. I got it. It's moving. You got it, Pat?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, right in that cloud, and it went away. Gone.
I got it on tape, and it was recording. Oh, there it is, over to the left. You know, this is a legitimate, real footage of aerial phenomenon.
Jeff, this is Art Bell calling you.
Jeff, welcome to the program.
Hi, Art. It's great. It's an honor to be on your show.
Good to have you.
These sightings tend to generate the most buzz, orange lights in a triangle formation.
got it.
Amber orbs, golden lights, lights that do maneuvers. It was like a disc.
When I seen one, it really kind of shook me up a little bit.
You know how you see the lights in the sky? I know that gotta be something.
When I left the military, we knew of 4 different groups, and one of those groups looked exactly like we do.
We're going to have to deal with the fact of not only what's out there, but who's out there.
It's possible. I mean, I believe there is something like that.
This is a holy mountain. Well, every time Moses went to go talk to God, he was always on top of a mountain. Was it a UFO that Moses was talking to? Could be. We have Ezekiel in the wheel. What this petroglyph is telling me is these barbells that I'm filming in the sky might have had people inside of them or picked them up.
It's a barbell-shaped disc, appearing, he says, half a dozen times.
There's millions of witnesses of paranormal activity. I've been out in the field for about 5 years now. I've seen some weird stuff, some very weird stuff. Ghosts, monsters, UFOs. It's all could possibly be biblical. You know, the Watchers, the giants.
I became a priest because there wasn't any answers for the questions I was asking.
What are you?
First I thought maybe they were meteorites.
Right here is where the two silver orbs were. The cylinder was straight out right there. I feel like they're watching me before I notice them.
Oreos, Nutter Butter, Fig Newtons?
I don't do cookies.
Okay.
I mean,
Then we
love
don't need
cookies.
to. We're traveling across the country talking to people about UFOs, and we're wondering, how do you feel about the phenomenon?
I don't know, go aliens.
Yeah, right on. Thank you. I wanted to ask him, do you want to come to our UFO balloon party?
This is Balloon Central.
This pretty much is Balloon Central.
That to me is going to be the convincer.
Frame our hypothesis. Let's
If we were doing documentary on telephone poles in residential areas, I'd say we keep going this way.
I don't need this sarcasm. Could you identify some of these plants?
You know, here it is, 2005, and we're on our way into a new world, a new dimension, a new paradigm. You know, we're dealing with intelligences, guys. That could be 1,000,000 years ahead of us in terms of technology. You guys are of another generation. You're going to be around to see some incredible things happen. I wish I could stick around another 40 years myself, just to watch these guys.
Whoa!
Coming on tonight, he will take your phone calls in a moment on Coast to Coast AM. 4259. Listen up, men. Insight.
You see it?
Folks saw this thing streaking along, started calling into the Coast Guard.
Have you seen a UFO yourself?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
No.